Sir, principal of Bede Homeopathic Medical College, to come and please present his case. Biomedical engineering parameters. Points. To understand the biochemical, electro-thermo-hydraulic, pneumatico, physio, magnetico, mechanico, dynamic actions and changes of various systems of the body in normal states. With working experience for various universities and councils like Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, and also he has got various honors, awards, and fellowships. So I request Dr. Mahesh, sir, because there are so many awards, I've Googled about you, so I can't.
Thank you. Before this, they are struggling with the. Yeah. This is something different. Yes. Different topic. I think most of the audience is medical doctors and postgraduate, even learners, candidates. So, Dr. Srinivasulu sir, just now he was talking in his plenary session that vision of 2047, how homeopathy should be. So we have seen many things, success of homeopathy in a different ways, but we have to have some parameters. What type of parameters? As you know, what are the parameters, meaning of parameters, which will give you the scope of your work. It is not just that I am telling that homeopathy is good, so you have to say good. No, we have to have some scientific parameters. Homeopathic drug acts, and what are the parameters and how we can show to the scientific community that homeopathic drug is acting. This is a big question before us. Now, what is this biomedical instrumentation? It is a branch of engineering and science using measurements in biomedical studies, and it's a branch of engineering as a science using these biomedical studies in biomedical studies. What we have to learn, the study of engineering principles in the human medical science is called medical engineering. If we wish to cover more animals on this earth, the science is called biomedical engineering. Next. So, this will work. Now, why should it should be related with homeopathy? The question may come in your mind that why biomedical engineering? We have to validate our success. Whenever we say that yes, bronchitis has reduced, when we say many stalwarts are there, they say that cancer is reduced, we say allergies are gone, we say skin conditions are gone. We should have to have a validation, scientific validation of that. Now both the sciences, means homeopathy and other sciences, will be benefited. What is need? We have to create, operate, and develop the scientific parameters to evaluate the biomechanism in homeopathy. Most of the time, it is misunderstood, or just telling that, okay, sir, you have prescribed, the patient is cured, the case is over. No, we have to have a scientific validation how the biomechanism of the drug is going on. No single science is perfect, as you know, and these are the days of interdisciplinary research, and most above all, it should be the need of the time. Now, what are the problems in homeopathy? Most of the time, again, we have how it acts. In modern language, we call it as a biomechanism. Then we say where it acts. We say, is it on nerves, it is on blood, endocrine, or vital force, something like that. Then when it acts, there's a biological reception of the drug. Then minuteness of the homeopathic drugs. Minuteness, as you know, it is told that one teaspoonful of sugar in ocean full of water, if we mix that dilution, it comes. But whether it is scientific, whether it is going towards the sense of the medical education, we have to see that. Then about drugs, pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. Two words are there, pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. What drug does to the body and what body does to the drug. These are two things. In Hahnemannian days, Hahnemann used these words in a different ways. What are those words? What is a primary action and what is a secondary action? But we are in 2023, we should use modern words. Then provings, as you know, on healthy human beings and even on lower animal also. Then direction of cure with Hahnemann, then meism and biological activities, Kantian observation and so on. So many things are there. The question comes in mind that how to solve and validate our success scientifically. The thing is that we all are homeopaths, we will say yes, you will say yes, will not solve. We have to come in front of the science and scientifically we have to establish our success in a scientific way. Now, what is the scope? The study of engineering principles from biomedical aspect. What are the following interests? What are those? To understand mechanism, efficiencies, and physical changes of various subsystems of the body. We should be able to understand everything. You say that before giving glonine, we check blood pressure, and after giving glonine, the blood pressure has gone. That means you are showing some parameters. You are showing some parameters. So, various subsystems of the body. To evolve on instrumentation system for diagnosis, for therapy, and supplementation for the body functions, and to obtain qualitative and quantitative measurements through different instruments which can help for analysis of disorder. Now we have many instruments like PET scan, like sonographies and CT scans, and many things are there. But are we using that? Are we using with expertise? Let us see how this is useful for the homeopathic science. How we can incorporate this to use for homeopathic success and bring homeopathy in a next stage. Another study of homeopathic principle from medical engineering, biomedical engineering aspect, to understand physiological activities and changes of various subsystems of the body in normal state like healthy human being. To understand above activities and changes in various subsystems of the body in abnormal systems. Like we are checking our blood pressure when we are healthy. So there is no need of intervention. When intervention is used when patient comes to you, means in a pathological situation. Hypertension, before medicine, during medicine, after medicine, and what are the parameters? We should understand those. To obtain qualitative and quantitative measurements of what homeopathic drug does to the body, that is pharmacodynamics. And what body does to the homeopathic drug, that is pharmacokinetics, during and after prescription of the similimum. And then to obtain various measurements of miasmatic activities. Now the golden spark, which hurts me. What Hahnemann says in almost 1810, Hahnemann says, in a pure science of experience in physics, chemistry and medicine, merely speculative reasons can consequently have no voice. There, when it acts alone, deception and falsehood. It is in 1810, Hahnemann is talking. And are we following a machine system? It is a human being and an instrumentation in a combined situation. What is that? A classical exercise of biomedical engineering inputs. Now, it is going a little difficult, but I will explain. Now, what is this? Our human body is a black box. Now, I explain how it is. Human body is a biochemical, physico, electro, thermo, magneto, kineto, mathematico, hydraulitico, pneumatico, mechanically engineered machine which runs automatically through the vital force, which is nowadays called bioenergy. No. Go back. Now what is our interest? This is a definition of health. Now, what is our interest to understand? More focus nowadays is given to biochemistry, or more focus is given to the pathology, okay, sugar बढ़ गया, go and check blood, see that. But it is not only the biochemistry, it is many things which are untouched or given less importance. What is a blood pressure? What is a friction material? Means blood flows from the arteries. So if the friction is more, the clot will form. If friction is more, the clot will form, and then blood thrombosis, etc. Electro, then thermal means hypothalamic activities, magneto, kineto. Now human body is a source of various biopotential signals. Now this is important. Now it becomes interesting. How? The most useful during the physiological, clinical and therapeutic biological activities, these signals can be picked up from the surface of the body and from within the body, and these signals pricking the body go for non-invasive techniques. So we have started studying for non-invasive technology, that there should not be any bloodletting or cutting the body or invasion in the body. So non-invasive techniques we are using. Now, chala gaya aage. Now when we see these signals, now how to pick up the signals? There are various instruments. I am happy to tell you that almost 20 years back we could develop almost 20 to 25 instruments which are non-invasive, and how we have to pick up, we have to computerize it, store it, reproduce it, and use them in our further studies. Let us see one by one. Now these measurements on the direct problem. We have certain scans where we will put the electrodes on the body, and these bodies electrode they will pick up the various signals and they will give out some material. Now these are the inverse problem clinical investigation. There will be a heart and the scan will show. Now this is little technically things are there. I will tell you. Now how this one instrument called EIS, electro-interstitial scan system, that will tell you the blood pressure of stomach, the gases of brain, the density of bone, the pH of blood without invasion, not taking a single prick in the body. So that is most important. Before homeopathy and after homeopathy, that scan will tell you how the drug will act. The frontal lobe of the body, these are the almost 58 parameters we can read from this instrument. So that will tell interstitial resistance, then pH of the interstitial part, then carbon dioxide of the interstitial part of the brain, ATP of the brain, then microcirculation, blood pressure of the brain, everything it will give you. The digestive system, this is before and this is after. Now color combinations, these are the different colors that will be explained you when I will show you a live case. These colors will explain you how the inflammatory situations changes. Now the statistical functional risk analysis will give you. Now what are these bars? These bars are the different parts of the body. Now with these instruments, we will be able to know the risk analysis, not diagnosis. Please make it clear. No diagnosis, but risk, more, jada, what is more problematic in the body, like cardiovascular, then digestive, then metabolic, then renal, and then neurologic. And best part, I tell you, the best part, I am working since past maybe 20 years. So we can predict that a person will get, the lady will get breast cancer 2 years before. A person will get prostatic cancer 2 years before. What else you want? You can go with homeopathic treatment and prevent it. Now various clinical validation of these biomedical devices are there. Now effect of oxygenation, 20 minutes. After putting carbo-veg, 20 minutes, changes will be there. You can see the effects of the digestive system, that is called vasodilation. Then and in the brain also excitability, use of BMI documents. effect of homeopathic similimum. These colors, that doesn't mean that he have a brain tumor. These are the different, what we say, color showing chromatological analysis. Then effect of antibiotics therapy, we have did some control studies also. So antibiotic studies and homeopathic. So you can see the vasodilatation of the organ and reduction in the infection, effects of antidepressants. Maybe, now this is used in interstitial spaces. The machine work on the interstitial spaces. And I tell you after, I think next slide, this is, wait. Now, we have to use certain parameters. What are parameters? Blood is one parameter for our clinical study, that we send it for ESR, we send it for sugar and all. But do you think that blood is a stable parameter? It is a very pulsatile parameter, because if yesterday I eat a small piece of gulab jamun, next morning I will get little sugar in my blood. Unfortunately, what happens? If a person goes to a physician, he will see, "Arey, blood sugar shuru ho gaya." You start oral hypoglycemic drugs. Poor fellow will land into problem for lifelong. But then what should be then? What is a stable, most stable parameter in the body? Most stable parameter in the body is the bone. But we cannot study on bone, because bone grows in a very slow, and then it very slow things are there. So researches cannot be done on bone. So intermediately we found that the interstitial fluid is a better option for this. So we have a team of engineers. So we asked them, can we check interstitial spaces without taking out from the body? Means no removal of interstitial space. They said yes. And then we developed certain instruments like biomedical signals are there. So they signals, they travel from the interstitial space, go to particular place and come back. They will come back and go to software. The software will develop a statistical risk analysis. Like, now what is this Davenport diagram? Davenport diagram, if you Google it, you will find that it will talk about the pH of the body. And this we use for our study, that if your pH is changed, if it is more of acidic, if it is more of metabolic disorders, homeopathic drug changes. So, laptop लगा सकते हैं इधर, मेरा वाला. I'll show you one live scan so that you will be able to understand what is. Now, this gray color is a normal color. This gray color is a normal color. And all other colors, risk one is a red color. You will find out. Now, this person came to me for irritation in the lungs. That's all. But when we have gone through the details, we found that there are various possibilities this instrument will tell. The chronic hepatitis. And then slowly he said, yes, he was a chronic boozer, and that's why he get this. So without asking patient, now what is utility of this instrumentation is, you can reduce down the time of case taking. This will tell you valid details of the patient inside without talking to the patient. Now, chronic hepatitis, interstitial malabsorption. He has intestinal allergies also. Means, kuch kha liya to some loose motion and something like that. Then digestive related with hypercalcemia. He used to drink a lot of milk. So, chalo, aage. Can you do this? Next, this one. Now this next will tell the ENT allergies. Again I ask, he did not tell anything. I asked whether you had some nasal problem. He said no. But I said in earlier days, he said yes, his eardrum used to, the otorrhea used to be there. So that is risk of immune depression, disease and infectious risk analysis. Specificity and sensitivity, as research people are there, you will understand this. Next. Now, possibility of renal and urinary elimination disorder. Again, I asked him, do you have any urinary problem? He said no. Then I asked whether you get more frequent urine at night. Then he said yes. Because suddenly if you ask, many people may not be able to tell you. Udhar okay kar dena. Udhar okay kar dena. Then endocrine functions without taking a drop of blood. Within 2 minutes this is generated. Possibility of thyroid hypofunction. Hypothyroid की तरफ जा रहा था. Then possibility of hypoaldosterone, hypoinsulinism. Hypoinsulinism, once this word comes, I tell the patient that the patient will get sugar in, means diabetes in next 2 years. This is the indication. This is the indication. So you can become a magic doctor and you can charge more money also. Next. Then cortisol is decreased. He had history of fall which he forgot. भूल गया था. तो उसको बैक भी था उसका. Then that indication I'll show you one more minute. If indicators इधर लगा दो indicator, that bone density of that particular is reduced. If it is in neck, you can tell, do you get some formication, numbness in the hands? Yes, doctor. So doctor become magician. It is nothing but it is a science. Next, इसको okay कर दो और हाँ उधर okay, there. Okay. That okay, हाँ. वो सबको वो बंद कर दो, उधर भी कर दो. That okay, again okay, again. Then next. Now this is about heart, cardiovascular functions. Then possibility of unstable hypertension. Now see, possibility of communication disorder with intracardiac reflux. How many can correlate this with the patient who is having chronic alcoholism? This machine will tell you all detail about the cardiac things. Okay, कर दो उधर. Now you can frame your question and ask the patient. ऐसे होता है क्या? Then hyperventilation, then hypocapnia and Kussmaul's dyspnea. This dyspnea, Kussmaul's dyspnea is खाना खाने के बाद patient says सांस चलती है. That is Kussmaul's dyspnea. Next. Wait. Now go to these lungs. और 5 minutes चलेगा मैडम? 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes. Now liver will tell the details. The interstitial resistance and interstitial pH, then interstitial volume of the oxygen, the percentage of the oxygen, the blood pressure of liver. This instrument will tell you the blood pressure of liver. So if you prescribe chelidonium, these all things will change. What else you want? And this machine is made up from USA, वो Miami से आता है, then it is scientifically वो valid है. Next. It will tell about the emotional disorders. Now, the physiological analysis of this emotional disorder. What are those? Because acidosis in the zone of hypothalamus. If hypothalamus is having more acid, then the thought process changes. ये बताएगा कोई आपको? हम बताएंगे. Then with the possibility of hypothalamic dysfunction, the consequences on arterial pressure, hunger, thirst, character and emotions, food reflexes and sexual behavior. The increased neuronal excitability in the temporal lobe, and left limbic system reflecting increased emotivity linked to the old problem associated with an easily irritable characteristic. This will all reduce down your time of case taking. This scan will take hardly 3 minutes. And if you go through it, fatafat, you can ask, "Arey, bahut jaldi gussa aata hai." Directly you can ask. Directly you can ask. Hanuman says, don't ask leading question. Us samay instrumentation nahi tha. But here you can directly, because easily irritable character is there. Then suddenly, this all will reduce down your custom, your efforts, your pains it will reduce down. Next. Last. Now this is beautiful part. The general metabolic functions this instrument will tell. Now the chronic asthenia, homeostatic imbalance, hyponatremia. What is hyponatremia dilution? Hyponatremia dilution means what is the relation, clinical relation? In hyponatremia dilution, what comes? Decision making power get disturbed. So you can think of lycopodium, you can think of many drugs related to hypothyroid, disorder of water retention, then possibility of tissue proliferation. Here, this person will get either prostate adenoma or prostate enlargement. This you can predict. And hepatic insufficiency, zone of food and drug intoxication. If you find it is drug intoxication, you can directly go with Naxomica, Carbavage, something like that, and you can grab the patient. So once patient comes under your control, then you can continue with that. So many things are there. Almost 58 parameters are there. So now the thing is that now any questions? I request that if you have any question in your mind, I have this type of cases before and after, nearly 2,000 cases data I have. So nobody can claim that homeopathy is placebo. Please consider, no homeopathy is placebo. It all works with powerful biomedical engineering parameters. So do not fear, come and work properly. But iske aage kaam jana chahiye. This is still in primary phase. What I feel, this is still in primary phase. The more delicate, more dedicated people should come, more researches should be done. I feel this is very primary, and people should come. The MD, PhD people should come and have this work with you. The future is bright for homeopathy. Thank you.
Gaushal sir, that was a wonderful insight in this homeopathy and biomedical engineering. How to, it's an innovative idea, and it really helps. And we can go to this homeo system can go into the next level with all your approach which we have seen. Excuse me. Yeah.
Jim's College.
Pharmacy.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Sir, and I have a question is, recently I have read an article in that it is shown that, I don't know up to what extent this machine is going to help us, but because I don't know in depth what and all parameters it is going to measure. But my question is, recently I have read an article that have come up like they have took up the lymphocytes and cells from the person, and they have given some histamine and components to see the inflammatory reaction of that particular B cells and T cells. Yes. And later on, they have took 2 cells, and for 1 cell, without giving any homeopathic medicine, they have given the histamine components, and they have seen the reaction. Like it is going to produce that immune cells are going to react, that they have shown. And the other cell.
Hey, what is your question?
Yes, sir, the other cell is that they have given the homeopathy along with the same components of histamine to that same cell, and they have seen the there is no reaction they have seen. That cell is not reacting because our homeopathic medicine is acting at that level. So in this perspective, we can detect with this instrument, with the help of this instrument.
Okay, okay. Now, in the earlier slide, I shown you that the part comes in a biochemical area. Our work, my work, is more of the signals which are coming out of the body, means emitting of the body. This work is of in vitro.
In vitro.
So,
It's an in vitro.
so that is not my cup of tea, basically. But I don't want to discourage you saying that that is not my cup of tea. The work is going on. Electrophoresis, there is one term called electrophoresis. You can work on that. If you are having pharmacy department, it's wonderful because bioreception and pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics is a key word for homeopathy nowadays. If you do not show the biological activities for anyway, from anywhere, not only lymphocytes and something, you can go through my one research paper which I wrote when Lancet people have shouted on us in 2008. It is anti-inflammatory activities of homeopathic drug Rustox in experimental models. If you want, I will send it to you.
Yes, sir. But
So there everything is given, biostat is given, everything is given, and it is published in British Journal of Homeopathy. British Journal of Homeopathy, you know?
yes. And is there a possibility that we are going to detect even where our medicines are going to act? Like if we give paracetamol, it is going to act on liver. But as soon as we take the homeopathic medicine, as they are diluted many times, so we are not able to detect.
You cannot show the drug component in the body, but you can show the effect of drug on various subsystems in the body. That's what I have told. Ki either you can create a qualitative parameters and quantitative parameters. These are the qualitative parameters. Yes, definitely you can show.
Yes. Thank you.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for all the work you have. Please come onto the stage and give away this certificate and memento to Dr. Mahendra Gaushal. It applause. It's really, he traveled and he came for us and for our students. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much from our bottom of our heart. A big thank you.